Hello, everyone. We are back with another episode of Shackled Schmitties, as we know it. You know what I mean? How's everybody doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
Recovering from probably one of the worst weeks.
So, why is it the worst week?
The whole computer bricking itself and dying for my entire spring break was not a particularly enjoyable week.
Sure, I can imagine.
But it exists now and it runs. And yeah, I learned that you shouldn't do surgery on a grape nor a PC.
You should do surgery on the grape.
Only if you're
surgery
special.
on a grape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What? Wait. What did you do?
So Tuesday, Monday night, my computer was working fine.
Yeah.
Tuesday morning, I went to go get the oil in my car changed, which took 30 minutes. Came back home, and my computer turned off the second I loaded a YouTube video.
Ooh. That's judging you. You should stop looking at memes.
It wasn't even memes. Like I was watching like a woodworking video, and it was like, no. Yeah.
You know,
I was watching someone like lay the pen, and it was like, no, dude, I'm not here for this. It got about 3 minutes in, and it was like, I'm out. And it wasn't blue screen; it was straight to black. And then the issue was basically the power supply. Will overnighted me one, and I replaced that shit.
Okay.
And during replacing that shit, I bricked my hard drive.
Oh.
So my hard drive was kaput.
Okay.
And in doing so, I took the hard drive out of this bad boy right here.
Okay.
And put it into my computer now.
All right.
Which, when you do surgery and a heart transplant on a computer, turns out it doesn't like that. And it did not want to read that my graphics card existed, that I had a network card, that I had audio. I can only use one monitor, and it registered both of my monitors as the same monitor, even if one of them was unplugged. It was a shit show. And me and Will probably spent upwards of like 40 hours trying to fix it over the...
Well, you didn't do heart surgery, you did brain surgery. So your new hard drive had none of the drivers.
The problem with saying brain surgery is that literally every piece of the computer is the brain.
Yeah.
Then what's the heart?
There isn't one.
That's the user, but it's true. Austin doesn't have one.
The heart's right here.
That's right.
Was anyone else bothered when Red said find the
what?
Find the pen. That's a euphemism in my books.
Play a little needle in the haystack there.
It took me a while.
What fucking games are you guys playing, man?
I thought it was Shackled City, but it might be carrying
Little
ground.
Pop Goes the Weasel.
Oh man, it's about to go down now. What the hell's happening?
Might be Kanto. I'm still not sure.
I'm not sure why everybody's
all around that
volume is so
mulberry
high.
bush.
We haven't caught
all right.
anything. Though.
You what? 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 I get it that you grew up in the sticks and your family's from out there, but what fucking games did you get? Who did you play with? Because this is highly suggestive. I play games with my cousins, and it was never anything like that. Ever.
No, you're not from Georgia. You're not allowed to say that you play games with your cousin.
Why? My cousin
That is reserved for Hatless.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't they find out that was actually Colorado this whole time?
Look, and there he is. He's like, I played in them games, a little pitch of 10 peekaboo. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Adam.
Good timing.
That's
It's like Sniper with the word dick, it summons him. Talk about your cousin and he shows up.
whoa.
Or I guess I should properly clarify. Talk about his cousin.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Her mama wasn't my aunt.
I'm
I just want to point out to chat, I've not involved myself in this conversation whatsoever.
You know what? And you look
You don't
golden.
have to.
This is too much.
You look
for good
golden
old
right
uncle.
now. Okay.
This is too much. This is too much. Okay.
You know the conversation gets weird when Sniper's the one giving you
You
the
know
oddball.
what? If that mama wasn't my mama, tell you what. Usually it takes 30 minutes. No, it doesn't.
I'm not quite broken yet.
He's not sick
but-
anymore, so he's no longer hacking everywhere. Which
No,
is...
I am. Don't worry.
Oh, never mind. He's
Kurt.
dying, Squirtle.
He is
Real.
eternally sick.
I'll prove to you it doesn't take 30 minutes to break Cort at Bubfest.
Oh, the way that you said that and you tilted your head was extremely suggestive.
Make sure
I
get water on my
don't
tab.
know what you're talking about.
Listen,
Well,
Nick Jonas, I need you to calm the fuck down, all right?
Also,
This is a
Atlas,
family stream.
I work in Alabama, and I have family in Alabama, so yes, I have been there a few times.
What, once or twice?
Abalama.
Putting that on the Patreon reward list, right? It's true. What's up, Trollgy? How's it going, Ro? How you guys doing?
I don't think it's getting used to my laugh. I think there's a breaking point where it goes from, hey, this laugh is great, to God, I just wish he would shut the fuck up.
It takes about a year and a half, but you get there.
I don't think it's shut the fuck up for me. I think it's just, yeah, it's happening again. All right?
Let
I
it-
start talking
let's-
when it's over.
let's
because
let it
I
run
tune-
its course.
I tune it out.
It drowns out all
I just
sound.
tune it out.
Yeah, we just gotta let it run its course, you know?
You tune us all out, though, Sniper. I mean, you just don't listen. There's a
What?
problem there.
Damn, Ronald! Shut up! You're so loud over there! Christ!
Ron's been muted the whole time.
I know.
No,
Bro,
I
it's just
just,
like, I'm
I
just
don't
fucking here.
I don't have any commonality with the weird shit you guys talk about.
This is true.
He's like,
Like,
that's California.
I-
It's like, what the fuck is going on
We
the East
don't-
Coast?
He's from a state where there's stuff to do, so you never consider
Aside from your
like,
cousins,
sex-
right?
Yeah. You never consider like sexual relations within the family out in California. It's not really a thing there.
I hear it's a pretty diverse land. Really stepping out of that gene pool. You know what I'm saying?
I'm over here wading in the shallow end.
Oh, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Keep it third cousin at least, my guy. What's up, Wolf? How's it going, guys? Oh, man, I hope everybody's doing well. This is our weekly stint of shenaniganery. I like to liken Shackled City to the closest you can get to friends around the table. We are basically a walking Kevin Smith podcast with dice rolling attached to it. Lots of dick and fart jokes and some roleplay tucked in there. Some roleplay, yeah.
But mostly just the gathering of the chuckle fucks.
Yeah.
And Ronald.
The first two. Oh my god, any.
I don't know, Ronald.
Definitely something
you gone
Atlas
ahead and
said to
kicked
me
out some
last week.
really good. You kick out some really predominant dad jokes.
Yeah, dude, you gotta
I-
have at least 3 kids with the fucking jokes that you hit us with.
No, unfortunately not. They just
Ronald's like,
Unfortunately,
I'm never having a fucking kid. I
Yeah.
swear.
unfortunately, wow.
Ronald's got baby fever.
that. No,
That's what I'm getting
that
out of it, man.
Sounds weird. Yeah, it's no.
Well, guys,
I'm good where I'm at. I'm good where I'm at.
let's talk recap of sorts. Mostly because for the first time, I don't remember what happened last week.
I'm in the
All
fucking-
right,
Nothing
so
happened last week.
last week, kind of took a extended work week on our end. We finally got some work done on our guild house.
Yeah.
which we started which we finally put, I think, 1,000 gold into.
Yep.
Went to go see the Blue Duke
Okay.
about getting some recruitment going for the orcs, bring
All
them
right.
into a more positive light and address the vampire issue once and for all, so we can actually build our guild house without being overrun with vampires again.
He made some requests though, didn't he? He needed some
Yeah.
things first.
Armor and weapons, essentially the sheet metal and razor blades that he was handed for his guard would not suffice, and suggested that we used fire. That if we had a prominent amount of flame to assist, he would be more than willing to help us in that regard. But we had to get that done first.
Don't worry, I took care of it. I handed him my mixtape. Yeah, it worked perfectly.
From there, went to go talk to the guard captain Skellerang when I was met with the mayor, who, upon having some I wouldn't say a heated exchange, but a rather, I guess, word chess was probably the way it was. He found out that he wasn't really too much of a good person and decided to impose a tax on the people known as Helm's tax to ensure that the orcs would be armored and weapon ready for whatever evils are to come, and he would make sure that the people would know Helm was responsible for it.
Just to kind of recap for those that are new here, what is Helm really?
The god that doesn't exist.
He is, well, not my character at the moment, but in the Forgotten Realms campaign, he is the god of guardians and protectors.
Okay.
But recently, he was eradicated, destroyed, until
Big boy Celestial
me
Dragon.
and one other believer kept his faith, and now Ulhime, Shieldbearer, my character, is on a path to become the new Helm and take the place of the god of protectors, the Dauntless One, or the Watcher.
It's true.
He is
He's not of the current pantheon, so much so that he's literally been forgotten. Nobody knows of him. It's just you and whom? Jimothy. Why Jimothy of all people?
He had faith in me for the most part, and because I decided to take up that mantle and keep my faith in Helm, that essentially transitioned to where he wouldn't forget who he was either.
Okay.
He's also in his domain fighting for his life.
He is, in fact. And at the same time, your life, which is interesting. What are the details on that specifically? How is he fighting for your life?
He's essentially keeping the last bit of divinity running through me. And if I die before my phylactery is finished, I will be eradicated for good.
Yeah, you'll die. So some of you guys will see, if you're new here or not, you guys will see that below each of their names, there is a brief description of what they are, by race, class, and subtle title. You'll also see their level. And then it rotates out into seeing their stats. Some of them are correct. Some of them still need adjusted, but that's roughly about what their stats are. No, Angel, I did not forget. I told you to get at me when stream began. It is not stream beginning now. And I can't force my players to become alcoholics. That's generally just not going to fly.
Listen.
Can we volunteer?
It's not really so much as like a force as like a suggestion. Then I take it.
No, this is definitely force. That's how curses work. They force you.
We also had our showdown conclude for Thelsa and the group.
Did it really conclude though?
I mean, it was on hold given the fact that the severed heads of the Order of the Dawnbringers were dropped into our guild hall.
Yes.
So we kind of had to address that, and essentially said, as of right now, we kind of need the power that she has. She's saying that, I mean, everyone's kind of agreed, like, yeah, we're kind of fighting for a bigger cause right now, so we'll put everything else on hold. But if any of us should feel that Thelsa's intentions are shifting too far outside of our, I guess, our main goal, she will be dealt with.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give me a cliff notes, if you could, of Thelsa recently.
Asshole.
I wouldn't have put that word in there, but as of recently, she passed away inside of a temple of a deity, Ouijas.
Yes.
And she was brought back, and when she was in a comatose-like state, she was under possession by Weejoss. She murdered all but her youngest or her oldest sister.
Correct.
So she murdered her father, mother, and younger sister in their household. And I made it back.
Yes.
And I went to the only place I knew that was safe, which was our guild hall, which is basically just a ruined bathhouse. And I met Weejoss there, and she asked me to become her champion, and so I did.
Yeah, you didn't really have a lot of options. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. She was the one that brought me back to life, and I saw it like kind of my way of repaying her for what she did for me was to become her champion. And if she sees me fit, I guess I might as well try.
Does Thelsa see this as more of a gift than anything else, or is this like, well, you died in my church, I choose what I do with you?
I think it's, well, Thelsa thinks it's more of a second chance than anything.
Let me rephrase that. Is this a gift to you, or are you a tool?
Porque no las dos?
Why not both? Yeah, that's accurate.
Just gonna say, if we're going by the rules of if you die in a church, they get free reign. Can we just turn the bathhouse into a church?
Well,
like,
see, the thing is, you actually have to convince a deity to reside there in some capacity. And, I mean, good luck, right?
I mean, Saren Ray likes
Where's,
us.
like, Bacchus at? Man?
Fucking knows Saren Ray does not like you guys. Jesus.
Look, she loves Will. Like, she'll just come down and be like, oh, yeah, no, sure.
I'm sure I could convince Weejoss, but I don't think
More heads actually start raining in, and now it's just on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's just random people's heads, though.
It not even our enemies.
Thank you so much, Jacob. Jacob just subbed 7 people, actually.
Nice.
Ro, himself, and Dinlair, Omega Thug, Kiramon, Try Guy, and Existential C. That's...
Yeah, see, look, Hatless has it right. The Church of Twitch chat, except for when they use wild magic, where that doesn't affect us.
Definitely one luck reroll. I'll actually toggle this on and off so you guys can see that. That is the luck reroll there. Every time it reaches the next integer, so it may take a moment to update. I promise that it will go up, but when it hits 295, it will update. So as of right this moment, I can't actually tell. Let me open up my dashboard. It's...
Yeah, I went to 295.
Yeah.
No, that was the max. That was just the normal max. So...
It should have been +7 to 85. So.
Yeah, it should be now. It should be like 292.
Yeah. So 3 more.
I got you. I'm gonna verify though, just in case.
Or
People
well,
are
no, I
curious.
guess it would also be one more than that because he also subbed before doing the gift sub.
Well,
So
7 and off. What's 7 plus 285?
It's 292, but then add 1 more because he subbed as well.
Oh, we
7 was part of
actually.
those.
That's 8.
So he was included in the 7.
Yeah, I was included in.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
I did. Yes.
It was Bro, him, and then the 5 that he gifted.
Oh no, that I thought he gift. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Talk about bizarre. You actually managed to sub people up. Did I math wrong? I feel like I fucking
What do you
math
mean?
wrong. Did it say 285?
It was 285 to begin with.
Okay.
Then it went up by 2. Then it went by 5.
We had 5 subs fall off like right then.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
Oof.
we're gonna put that back down to 290.
It's not even the math thing. I thought that they weren't counting him in it. I thought that he had given out 7. I don't know.
It's not so much the math thing as much as it is listening.
Can you give out odd numbers?
Yeah, you can
Or
give
is
out
it
on.
only-
You can choose how many.
Yeah,
you'd like
five's
to
an
give.
odd
That's
number.
that's when you were saying
Yes.
7. I thought he literally gave out 7 subs and then his own.
No.
Not.
No.
Yeah.
Semantics, Will.
All right, so we've got a little bit on Thelsa now, a little bit of backstory. We know what's happening with Ulhime. We've got a couple of more characters here to touch base on real quick, to kind of inform everybody here.
Will's a spider.
We'll get to that.
We've also mentioned that like the past 5 recaps.
I mean, I feel like it's something to point out.
Yeah,
The giant flying spider of Cauldron.
Sniper.
Yes, sir.
Jacob is the most interesting sort.
Is he though? I mean, is he?
You don't even know the machinations I got planned. Oh my god. It's actually kind of awesome. I'm very excited to bring about the truths of your character. There's so much there, and nobody's been able to put it together so far. Even Christy has failed to put it together, and I'm actually quite tickled by it. So, in due time, we will see lots more there for your character. But what's happening right now? What's going on with your character? How do you fit into this coterie of sorts?
How do I go ahead and ingratiate myself into this wily group? Well, it turns out I'm kind of Ulhime's pet project. We came across each other on our way into Cauldron, and he's slowly but surely steering me towards the light, towards the good. And I've been really trying hard, Jacob's really trying hard to walk the straight and narrow, because he comes from a history of violence, which, plausible deniability we're not going to go into. But yeah, it turns out every time he tries to do something good, he fucks it up really bad. For instance, his lone follower in the Realm of Helm, I kind of maybe sort of just slightly killed. Just a little bit.
Okay, go on. Let's elaborate there for a minute. What do you mean by just? How do you just a little bit kill someone?
Only kind of bring down the downfall of a world.
Well,
same thing.
Okay, at the time, in the pub that we were in, there were demons coming around and all that. It was a real shit show, and I decided, oh man, I can go ahead and take care of all this at once. So I summoned black tentacles from the underworld and kind of killed a kid. But it's okay. Ulhime stepped in, went ahead and got some, got a deity involved, and it was like, hey.
And then the kid lived happily ever after, right?
Sure. Yeah. Totally what happened. I don't know what
forever and ever.
He lived happily on and on forever in, the arms of Helm.
But hey, I made up for it. I went ahead and got his mom back.
To watch him die.
I gave them that last moment. But anyways,
there's so much I want to tell you.
As I was saying, so yeah, I have a history of doing the wrong thing. And it turns out there might actually be a reason for it. Well, you see, I was kind of an orphan growing up, and, I just flat out cut to Deadpool. But,
is this turning into Oliver Twist, or
it feels like it.
Yeah. Anyways, come to find out, while we're gallivanting about in Cauldron, and after losing a leg and being blamed for the fall of Celestia and the creation of a hellscape, and getting shanked by a cult whose sole purpose is to go ahead and bring about my demise,
we don't have to worry.
I find out that I'm not alone in the world. I do have a father. He just happens to be the biggest, baddest, evil demon general known to man, also known as Nephthatorin.
Daddy Natty.
Yeah, whose name alone is enough to go ahead and make old shopkeepers hang themselves and kill their dogs.
Which would never happen.
You want to expound on that a little bit more?
I just want to, before we go into the description of Nephthatorin, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to snap a fucking picture of Red, and I'm going to tuck it right under cringe with, in quotations, Daddy Nabby. Every time, it's like someone is just clawing at the inside of him. It's like, ugh! Why? Why does he continue?
That is
brings
me.
pain.
I could say
Me every time.
I could add one more word to that sentence, and I am assured that Will kick me out of the server
if it starts with "k" and ends with anything, you
it
fucking
does.
stop it.
It rhymes
favor.
with gummies, bub.
Punch yourself in the throat right now.
Yeah,
just
I
really
definitely
fucking
went-
hard.
I would definitely went Kimochi with that one. Definitely not,
Yes.
definitely not the same way you guys went.
Daddy Nabby's Kimochi. That's right. He's
It's fine. He's server muted now.
So, as I was saying,
yes.
so yes, let's see. After finding out, who my real dad is, yeah, and basically just kind of going, "You're not my real dad." Yes, I am. Fuck. Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging around with these folks, trying desperately to go ahead and not fall to the clutches of evil. Well, Which would be a lot easier if it weren't for the fact that Thelsa, being semi-quasi-demon lord herself,
Yes.
now has control over the shit I do. Regardless, yeah, things are a little complicated right now. And of course, I'm just trying not to disappoint my one and only true friend who, let's be honest, is severely disappointed at me at all times. You killed another innocent person? Jesus, fuck!
That's because you have a habit of not only killing...
I have successfully killed more innocent people by accident than than killing people in this game. It's kind of true.
Yeah, you
fell and killed another citizen.
It completely was, right? Like, he didn't intend to kill Jimothy, but he did because he didn't think with his brain space.
He didn't intend to bring about the
I wasn't
Celestia,
thinking with the other head, that's for damn
but
sure.
he did.
I should sure fucking hope not.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's not like he was going ahead and, chanting and summoning this evil tentacle creature and being like, this is going to be so hot.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Me neither. After the doorknobs, nothing surprises me.
Wow, fuck all of you.
You brought this upon yourself. You had to know this was coming.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically Jacob in a massive nutshell.
Bloody.
Can we
the party
massive,
fuck up.
Bloody nutshell. To be fair, Jacob's kind of got he's kind of been put through the ringer a lot, right? Like, it's not just been as simple as
He hobbles now.
as just like, well, victim of consequence, and he's trying his best. You've been in a pretty hard spot for a while, and people have noted this. I do have some things that have been created specifically for this game that I will be implementing in spots. So it may be useful to some of you, of course, not for everyone. But I still have two characters to touch upon briefly. Cort. I don't think this is going to be very, very long-winded. So let's hit that.
Recent events? Question mark?
Just kind of give me the back page bio of the novel about Cort. Who is Cort? What does he do?
Cort's a young knight-to-be. On the day when he was about to be knighted, he came back to his town being pillaged and lit aflame, the entire kingdom. And his master pushes him off away to basically be the last survivor of the town. And in doing so, it was such a traumatic event that he pretty much repressed it real deep down, kind of became more of a knight errant, looking around for various, small jobs, raid this, raid that, kill these goblins, do this, do that. And eventually he gets to Cauldron, where he meets the Bumblefucks, the town groupies. And he deals with them, trying to determine whether or not they're actually evil, or if they're just misunderstood good guys. At the moment, that line is still just as blurry as it was the first day that he met them. If not more declared on the evil side.
Okay.
As of recent, he remembers all of his town. He is no longer keeping that deep down, and he hates Thelsa because Thelsa took his master's sword. And he's a dick and murdered an entire innocent family with it, and then proceeded to go stalk his sister, kill the sister as well, and then refuse to give the sword back.
Did Thelsa switch genders at some point? I'm a little confused.
Yes. Thelsa is all genders at the same time.
I think when you climb into the ranks of demon lord of the wastes, you have mass.
I mean, at this point, it's
fluidity.
like he with a capital H, right?
Yes. Yeah. God damn it.
So I imagine he's him. That's what he is.
Pretty much.
I thought that was Navtatoran.
Close.
Thelsa can be whatever you want.
Thelsa's more like Mojo Jojo.
Put on some nice clothes.
Thelsa's an evil, non-binary murder machine, and right now, honestly, I'm loving it. All right, we've got Klaus last.
Hit me.
Klaus, you are the longest survived character of Shackled City.
Some would contend that point, but yes.
Arguably, as your standing storyteller here, you have lasted 100 and about 36 now after tonight. 36 sessions. 136 sessions. That's a long fucking time as one character. I've gotta ask. Are you ready to put Klaus to rest at all? Does he still have a story to tell?
He's a spider now, man.
He still hasn't told his story. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know where the fuck I came from. Like Cotton Eye Joe over here.
You came from the coffee farm, and now you're a spider. It's just, a normal rags to riches story.
Where does he
We've
come
all seen it
from?
before.
Where does he
Where
go?
will he go? Where does he come from?
Cotton-eyed Klaus.
Klausy-eyed Joe. It's true. It's true. We're in a weird spot here. You do have a bit of a story. So lightning. That's not just a favorite thing. It's not like you try to call to it, but it is more for your character. For those that have arrived, why so much so has lightning become paramount to you?
Because it runs through my body, and it's part of my bloodline. I've recently learned kin to one of the initial beings of life in this world. The first spark. He's kind of my brother.
Yeah.
I don't like him too much, but
Kind of a dick, right?
yeah. You know, older brother things.
Hashtag
I get
brother
that.
things.
Ducked my head in the toilet a few too many times.
What a dick, man.
But at the time, there were no toilets. There was no indoor plumbing. So
It was just the
an
ocean.
outhouse.
yeah,
It's just the ocean at that point.
before all the other life evolved, so there was just like a ton of shit on the surface.
Some people call it baptism, but like,
It's just a swirl.
So are you trying to say that your brother gave you ocean swirlies?
Yep.
Mhm.
What do you think a typhoon is?
No.
Mm.
No.
I'm gonna call them ocean swirlies from now on, though.
I feel sorry for your siblings. Time for ocean swirlies.
It's
up,
salty
everyone?
because of your tears.
Oh, Lord.
Honestly, sounds like a new drug craze. I mean, honestly,
Hey, man, you got them swirlies?
get the motion swirlies.
Then that's definitely going to start in Florida.
I feel like it's gonna be something edible too. It just sounds edible to me.
So it sounds like gummies.
Can't choose or can't,
Yeah, I think
sure
so.
can't fuck them, can't we?
Well, this is a callback to half an hour ago. All right. Yes. That is accurate. Oh, look. My sub count changed again.
Hey, it's 294 now.
Look at this
Woo!
shit.
We did
It's
it.
fucking
Easy.
doing laps, man.
We're doing
Look,
it,
man,
guys.
they're just telling me to keep it up at this point.
One
This
more.
is a dangerous game you're playing.
Yeah, it is, in fact. It's one more, unlocking the second luck reroll. And that's fine. So, folks, just as a heads up to anybody that's watching, if you're new here, if you've just forgot, there are a number of things that you can do in this particular game if you so wish to make that so. If you want to see them influenced by luck, you can give them luck rerolls. Every time we meet a new integer of 5, you will see that another luck reroll will pop up for them on the screen. It's not just as total per the group, it's literally for each of them. So, Jacob's gifted a sub to FuzzyButt7, putting us up to 295. That means that a second luck reroll has become unlocked. And we will have a max, there is a max of 5. You can't unlock any more than 5 for each of them. Thank you so much, Jacob, for all of your generosity tonight. I appreciate that, buddy.
We still have we didn't. It's not inspiration, right? That's not what we called
No,
it?
inspiration has been removed.
Oh, so yeah, we got rid of that entirely.
Yes, inspiration. That was
Okay.
actually a Bane. A Bane was voted on, and that's what everybody wanted. They wanted,
That's what that. Oh,
Dark
yeah,
inspiration, anyway.
they went dark
yeah.
inspiration, and then it went to something even worse. And the only other thing was removing it, taking away
Gotcha.
your potential at luck. Additionally, so
yeah. I thought that was just a mechanics rework. I was like,
No.
is that a thing?
So the next change will be at 300. When we hit 300 sub count, that's when you guys will see the next luck reroll. We'll see if anything comes of that. Also, you guys can earn reputation by sitting in chat, by making tip donations, by beating the Bit Boss, by subbing on Patreon, or by sitting around. You earn 1 every 10 minute. If I'm offline, you get 1 every 20 minutes. And patrons get heaps, lots of unique rewards there. It keeps the stream alive, and we can make sure that this show continues into hopefully the next milestone of 200. I feel like right around 200 is when this is gonna start petering out into a close.
I still think we're gonna hit around 230-ish.
I mean, maybe it just depends.
That's what I think our final count will be.
I'll take
230.
5 hours for a 15-minute hallway if it gets to 250.
I'm fairly certain this game is going to end when we have a massive TPK.
I don't think so.
Apparently,
we had a massive TPK.
We did just have a massive TPK.
But somebody survived is my point.
It's true. So when you guys get a chance,
go through a party refresh. It's fine.
Yeah.
Check out those social links there. There's access to the Discord, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Patreon. I do encourage you to do those things. And without further ado, we start tonight's game. We begin where we last left off. And because he's been waiting so patiently, I'm going to start with Ulhime. Ronald, where did we last leave off? What happened?
I tried to cast Detect Magic, and the mayor's amulet turned over, revealing an eye.
Yes.
He just walked away. I'm sorry. I just finished by walking into the guardhouse after they started talking about the tax being spread.
Yeah, and then
that's right.
They shit talked us, and then you pulled me into the building to kind of get away from them.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
That's brilliant. You stopped the mayor to ask for additional funding.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Now
And the mayor was like, "Nah, fam.
It's all coming back. It's all coming." This is brilliant. I love it. All right. So your goal was to go talk to Skellerang, yes?
Correct.
Yes.
Jared Skellerang. What were your intentions there?
To see if there's better equipment he could give them now, possibly. To see what's currently being done about the city, given the state of affairs that's going on. I mean, there's guards around, but nothing is really being done at this point.
Okay. All right, yeah. Then let's begin there. You find yourselves entering the guard captain's quarters. This is a very familiar place. The stone greets you with heavy footfall. You see guards coming and going, but they mostly recognize you at this point. Ulhime, you were a town guard for a while.
Volunteer guard, yeah.
Still there. They still recognize you, even though you look a little different. They also realize that you have some relations with Jared Skellerang. Maybe not anything that's romantic, though he may wish it. In this scenario, you're a bit of a thorn in the lion's paw. Or maybe you're the only saving grace that this town actually has. Who is with you right now?
Cort.
Just
I'm
Cort?
the only other person who can walk out into town without being shot at.
Okay, that's fair.
You keep saying no, but you're the only survivor of a brutal family massacre.
They have to know who I am for me to get shot.
Okay. Well, have at thee. You hear the flicker of flame inside. He sits in location, waiting. Nothing good can ever come from you finding him, so here we are. Do you knock on his door? Do you say hello? Do you approach loudly so? What are your methods?
Yeah, I walk up.
Okay. All right, let's see if I still have what this is. Okay. He greets you. Come in, come on. Who's... Ulhime. Oh. What? What's going on? At least now.
I'm gonna start making my move against the vampire threat below the city.
Oh. We haven't exactly organized anything for that.
I've taken care of that already. I've come to see what aid you can actually offer.
Right. How... The last I heard, there were... Shut the door. Shut the door behind you.
Cort's gonna kind of kick it with his foot.
Look, last I heard, there were hundreds.
I think it was thousands.
No. Why? Whom? Help. Who did you mobilize?
The Blue Duke and his people. They've offered us aid.
The Duke? What? How did you do that?
It's funny, you can usually just ask people for help, and funny enough, he actually agreed. But there is a price for that.
Why was that funny, though? I'm still trying to understand.
That was out of character, I'm sorry.
His people need better armaments. And it's clear to me that the armor that your men outside have and the armor that they are given is not an equal share. If these men and women, these orcs, as people want to separate them, are going to be putting their lives on the line, they need to be better equipped.
I mean, you realize that just asking them is sort of what got them here, but they only entered the walls and agreed to help if we agreed to pay them.
They have been paid a good sum for a starting fee for what is to come. I've helped outfit their encampment with a small donation.
So really, when you say that you asked them, you paid them.
I asked and gave them the money because they needed it. There wasn't a price that they had asked for. They just wanted something more reasonable in terms of living accommodations, and I helped them with that. I'm not sure how much it's going to be to them, but it's something.
Right, so, you know, we've equipped them already. We've given them pretty much everything that we have. Unfortunately, we don't have much left in the town. We've gone through most of our reserves, and unfortunately, there are no additional blacksmiths here, Ulhime. The few that we had ran out. They left. They were worried. They were afeared for, well, their lives. Can you blame them? You've got the last laugh running the streets, wreaking havoc. You've got fucking dragons flying overhead that are larger than the town. I would leave, but I don't honestly know what the hell I'm still doing here.
Don't forget
duty?
Nap the Torn, sir.
Yeah, I know about the demon. Sense of duty, obligation, I don't know why I'm still here, but there's not anything else, Ulhime. You're gonna have to... Look, we've got some people, okay? I know you want to talk to someone that can help you. Go talk to... Well, hell, I don't even know if he's in town. His wife's been running it. Go talk to Mavu's wife.
What can she do?
He's one of the largest importer-exporters of the town. They deal directly with Red Gorge. Red Gorge has notable forges. Plus, I've got good word on the fact that most of our blacksmiths fled there. It's a crafter's town after all. And they have the largest amount of southern shear. You would know out of game, that's raw metal in this place.
Yeah.
I was imagining redneck metal.
No.
Very well. I'll go see them about that. There's also something else you should be aware of.
There's something you've got to know, though. If you go there, Mavu plays a hard game. He runs a hard business. He's successful for a reason. But the only
Talked to
person
him
that
before.
he ever cowed down to was his wife. Good luck with that. Now, what else can you possibly tell me?
The mayor wishes to impose a tax upon the people. One using my name.
Why? Why now of all times?
Asking him for help apparently was not in the best interest of the people. I asked if there was any way he could spend any resource to help with the coming battle, and he decided to levy a tax upon the people.
I mean, I'm not surprised. That makes sense. I don't think the people are going to be happy. You're probably looking at another tax riot.
Ulhime slowly nods.
Did he say what? I mean, all of them have a bit of a name. All of them have a reason. Did he say why he was going to justify or what it might lead to being named?
He says he was going to call it Helm's Tax to help fund the orcs for the coming battle.
Forgive me. He's naming it after you?
He nods.
He's
I already know what he's trying to do,
gonna fry you.
and I'm aware of that. But the anger of the people, I can sustain. Having them lose their lives and becoming cattle for the creatures below is something I will not tolerate, though. If they need to throw stones, then they know where to find me. Hell, tell them where to find me.
And where? Over to that stone pittance of a bathhouse that you guys haven't done anything with yet?
I've already had work started on that.
Oh,
But yes. If they ask where I'm at, tell them I'm there. And I will wait outside.
you intend on owning your own bathhouse? You didn't strike me as the entrepreneurial type.
I'm switching it into a guild hall. The inside's already being converted into a forge.
A guild hall. Well, there might actually be something about this town yet. Cauldron just keeps kicking, and it never stops showing me. Okay. Well, good luck.
Tell the people, though.
Oh, you
Let them know I bear them no ill will.
bet your ass. When they come knocking on my door, I'm definitely going to let them know. Because they will come here first. They're going to want to know who
Very
this
well.
jackass Helm is. And... sorry to throw you under the carriage like this, my friend, but I'm going to guide them to you.
That's all I ask. I'll let your guards know as well.
Have you discussed with the Blue Duke about the potential of his men becoming vampires?
He's aware. He's the one who proposed the idea of amassing fire to combat them.
Curious, where are you planning on doing this all-out brawl between
Below the bathhouse.
350 orcs, their leader, a blue orc, a ragtag group of fuck-ups, and, as you say, a potential 1,000 vampires?
They're below the bathhouse. We'll fight them there. There's
Right.
a whole cave system.
But if you burn them out, they're gonna come up.
Oh.
Here.
Hmm.
To the people.
Cort's gonna look towards Ulhime with confusion.
Look, we don't have that many men. If you remember, there have been some terrible
We're
things
not
happening in
asking the
town.
men to go. We're not asking all the men to go down there with us. For the most part, our group will be going down and burning
Fair.
as many of them as we can. The stragglers that remain will be left to the hands of the guards.
Went down the wrong pipe.
All right.
Step 1, don't breathe while swallow.
Yeah, doesn't always work. I'm good.
Oh boy.
We will talk of this at a later time, though. I need to go speak with Mavu's wife, as you said.
Yeah, she's a bit of a tough nut to crack. Good luck with that.
For what it's worth, I do apologize for the trouble I am causing you, but I am trying to do right by this town. I don't want to see any more people leave, and I don't want to see any more people die.
Neither do I. And for what it's worth, you should go check out the Shining Tome. The lady that runs that joint, she's quite strong. I know for reasons. Either way, she would be an asset. Valuable. Incredibly valuable. She's got her own little projects, and sure, she might set you on a task. But that's a favor that you might like to have in your pocket.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good day, Master. Good day, Master Scalaring. Sorry to have disturbed you.
While Jacob leaves, Cort will open the door for him.
As you walk out, you see Ulhime kind of pace off, and as you begin to leave behind him...
Actually, Cort's not going to leave.
Okay.
He's going to close the door when Ulhime crosses the threshold.
Leaving yourself in there with him?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
And
Ulhime,
he's going to.
You hear the door shut behind you, but when you glance over your shoulder, Cort isn't with you. He was clearly the one that opened the door. Safe to assume that he shut the door.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know Cort that well, but I mean, so far he hasn't seemed like he's gone out of his way to hurt anybody. So
I challenge Scalaring to a duel.
And I'll keep walking towards Mabu's district.
That would suck for you because he's got a weapon.
I have my weapon. Oh wait, no, the guards would have taken it, huh?
Yeah, dude.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
However, that's
It's like,
entirely
I
not what I want to
headbutt
do.
his face off.
I throw anything on his head. I grab
That, and keep in mind, Jared was a bad mofo.
I'm a higher level fighter than him, I think. Wasn't he level 8?
I have no idea.
think he
but
was-
he was still a bad mofo.
Yeah, he is, but I
He's
think
also
I'm-
existed in this world longer than we've been in the party with him. I'm assuming he's leveled up since he was in the party.
That is true.
He's probably closer to your level than you might think. On top of that,
That's-
he also left with his equipment, and he was
he
equipped.
has his stuff. Yeah. Cort's gonna turn around after closing the door.
Got something you want to
Mr.
say?
How much do you know about the other towns nearby? And I also heard that you had fought the demon guy.
I did. It was... Well, it was a mess. I watched a woman become a... I don't know. It was wet. There was blood. It was... Someone said prolapse. I don't know what that means, to be honest. But in an instant, they turned back. And then there was flight and a dragon. Look, kid, it was quick. Okay? It was fast. It was dirty. And we got our asses kicked. It was literally handed to us in some occasion. And he let us walk away. And I don't know why, to be honest. It wasn't a pretty sight. And I think he was just toying with us. I honestly don't think that we had seen that bastard's true ability just yet. That being said, killed his fucking dragon. It's gone. None of that anymore. And as far as the towns go, there's a lot for me to learn still, because when I was regularly involved with the upcomings of this town, things were a little different. See, I was the older brother, and my kid brother, who was little, well, when I came back, he was kind of big, and he was also the guard captain. I don't know if you ever got to meet him, but for all of the shit that everybody said that he was actually a good guy. And I hope that I can kind of live up to what he was. He set the bar, man. And I just have felt like a fuck up for so long.
Well, I mean, the town's not completely on fire yet.
Oh no, trust me, it's burning. Every second I see you guys, I know that it's burning.
It's not just us. The Temple of Ouija's?
Yeah, the red woman.
They tried to murder us. And they sent assassins at us and some other stuff as well.
Why? Wait, why?
What
What did you do?
Well, they sent people after us to stab us in our sleep. And after we took care of those, he's gonna point towards the door, signaling basically Ulhime. They said that they were evil, so we killed them. And then we had gone to the temple and tried to capture Ike.
Oh, that smug
Iverson?
bastard. Ike Iverson. Yeah, he's a real ass. Listen, if there's one thing that I've learned, all right, in the time that I've been here, albeit I practically left the generation, I would say that just because people follow a church doesn't make them bad guys or girls or whatever they are. All right, Ike, he was a bad seed. From the moment I met him, all kinds of flags were popping up. He just seemed like a bad guy. But from what I know of the Red Woman, not all of her followers were so bad. Maybe a little cross, but not so bad.
I think Jared took out one of them a while ago, but it was because of what happened in
I'm Jared.
Jacob, correct. One day I'll get that right. But it was because something happened at the other temple. I'm really bad with deities.
Wait a minute. Hold on. And he starts rifling through some papers. Hey, where is Jacob, by the way?
Oh, he's with Spider Klaus and the Thelsa girl, and he's gonna kind of have a visual scowl on his face while saying that.
That looked like that rolled out there like acid, my friend. Where exactly is he again? I've got to know for reasons again.
Well, we were all at the bathhouse.
Right.
After everything happened.
Okay. Noted.
And the reason I brought up the towns earlier is, and he's gonna have you heard of King's Keep?
Man, when I was a kid, that was a little hovel northwest past the mountains. I mean, it's probably much bigger now because, well, from my understanding, I was gone like damn near 20 years. But that's a long time for a town to prosper.
Cort's gonna kind of hold back tears. Is there any way you could see what's happened to it while we deal with this vampire thing? If the town isn't in complete chaos.
Yeah, I could send out one of the Red Runners if that's what you're curious about. You got to do me a favor though. Don't tell Jacob that you told me where he is.
Any reason why? I thought you guys were friends.
You know, that's a peculiar word that I'm not sure Jacob actually is familiar with. See, I've reason to believe that Jacob has killed a few people. Maybe bad people, but also some innocent people.
I have a out-of-game question.
Okay.
I remember you were telling them about the Hangman game that you played, where you guessed the word wrong. Was Cort still blacked out when that happened? I can't remember. I don't know if Cort actually remembers that.
The hangman?
The guy who we told that Nab the Torn was back. Starts with a T.
Oh, you're talking about
because I remember he told the group, but I think I was blacked out still from
Tyget.
Yeah,
Tyget. Tyget's things. Tyget Mispus. So what's the question about Tyget?
Did Cort know that? Because I remember him espousing that to the group that he did that, but I think Cort was still in the back room phasing in and out.
I think Cort has no idea whatsoever that Jakob is wanted by the law or anything about the dead people.
No, the only thing that I think he knows about is you stabbed the guy in the temple, but that's because Cort was literally the only other person.
I'll give you a shot. I'll give you a shot here in your moment of delirium. Wow, thank you so much, Wolfgame, for that. That's another luck reroll right there. Hot damn. Spam Desaru, Draconics, I'm Cloven, Tyrell Souza, and Kirk Design. Welcome to the Bub Club, guys.
Is that our next? That is
it
our
is.
Next roll.
It is, in fact.
Woo.
Oh, damn, we hit 300. Nice. Nice. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that.
Gotta get 300.
Even or odd in your favor, Austin?
It's always even, so I'm going to pick odd.
Well, you said it was always even.
It is.
So it's 4.
Yeah.
It's always 4. God damn it.
So
Should have gone with my gen instincts.
You don't know it. You don't. Like, you're not necessarily aware that happened. Maybe it was something you may have heard the name, but you don't actually know that anybody's dead. So no, it's not. That's not the case.
Okay. I don't think he's that bad. And he's gonna kind of like think of the history from when he met Jakob. He kind of got stabbed and was really angry after it, but
he's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's okay. Everyone's alive. Well, the magic guy's in a new body, I think.
That's the problem. Jakob has had a number of people now report that he has left the innocent dead. And he's attempted to cover it up. Or do right, but never deal with the law. And there are laws in this town. You understand the laws, right, Cort?
Mm-hmm. He's going to kind of shake his head.
Look, I know you're a kid, and I know that you're going to protect the people that matter to you. But I wouldn't want your family come to harm because someone else is a miscreant of the law and they don't abide by those few things that actually matter.
He's going to kind of clutch at his waist for his sword. That doesn't exist there. Not the holy sword, but the master sword that he does not have.
Sure.
When he says I don't want your family getting killed.
So if you could keep this information a bit of a secret from Jakob, there are some words that I need to share with him. And I'll find him. I always do. And if I don't, most certainly Kiana Green is glued to his ass. She will find him. Without a doubt.
Well, okay, as long as you think it's for the best. They keep saying they're good guys, but I'm still not sure. It seems that you
had a bit of a particular look on your face there, Cort, when you said the woman's name, Thelsa. What was that about?
He's gonna kind of look around the office.
Come on, it's all right. Just look, I ran with that lot. You can ask Klaus. And we didn't get along all the time, but we got along long enough, and I'm still alive. Not like all the others.
She took my sword. And he's gonna kind of fiddle for the first time rather than standing straight, essentially.
He's kind of watching you for a moment. Where did you train under, son? Whom did you train under?
1, not son. Cort. 2. It was my master back at King's Keep. It's the city that I grew up in.
Did you never break the ranks of squire?
No, sir.
So this woman took your sword. The
He's
sword
gonna just
is important to you, yes?
He's just gonna kind of nod slowly.
Well, you need to find a new master. Not one to replace your old, but one to help you to ascend to knighthood. Am I wrong?
He's just gonna kind of sit there and think about those words.
You want to be a knight, right?
Slow nod once again.
You want to defend everything that's important to you and your core tenets, right? And protect the people that feel like needed to be protected. You know you're already doing those things. But if you need something more, if you need an actual proper knight to release you from squirehood, I can do that.
He's gonna... You can?
I can. But you're not a swordsman. You're not a knight without a blade.
I have one that they took up there. It's not like my other sword, but it's nice.
Well, what kind of sword is it?
It's a bastard sword.
That's funny. I recently delved into some of my familial reserves, some things that were left behind by my father, by my family. And I have managed to outgrow the capacity of dear old Dad. But he left behind some things, and he was a man that this town actually relied on. Mal was arguably the best guard captain that this town has seen in a long time, and still his name stands. If you look at the small graveyard in town, there is a statue that depicts him. I'm still looking for his body. Somebody took his body, and that's something that bothers me. And I'll find it. But I could knight you if you are prepared to uphold the law and the tenets of this town and do what you think is right.
Cort will kind of get on his knee and give the soldier salute, looking down at the ground, and it would be quite apparent that tears are actually falling.
Sure. He stands from his desk and he goes to the corner where he seems to move a few things, and he draws what looks to be quite an old leather scabbard. And he returns holding a bastard sword. One that is designed oddly. The pommel is shaped more so like it was crafted with specific intention. He walks over to you, and he shows you this sword. He hands it to you. He tells open your hands.
He'll open them quite shakily.
This is my father's sword. It was called Heart's Desire. I thought it was a cheesy name. I thought it needed to be something way more badass, like Goblin Kicker or something like that. But Dad called it Heart's Desire. And he was a good man, and you probably can be too. So forgive me if I called you son. I didn't mean any ill will by it. You remind me of my brother in a lot of ways. He turns, and he kind of he pushes his back up away from me. He's like, arise.
Cort will stand and give a proper salute.
You will be on temporary squiredom. Just to see if you are what you make of it. And if anyone can follow through with upholding the law, well, who better than the guard captain? If I can't do it, well, this town might be fucked, to be honest. That's a hell of a weapon. It's seen lots of blood, it's seen many battles, but it always brought about the law. So, Cort, take care of it. And take care of the people that matter to you.
As the tears are starting to, like, go away, he will respond with a, "Yes, sir!"
And go on. My eyes are getting wet. This is weird.
He's gonna kind of hold the sword in his hand a little bit longer. Thank you. And he will walk out.
Ulhime, were you waiting for him, or did you just go on about your
I think
business?
No,
went off
I
the
walked.
right?
I just kind of took the hit and like, oh, he's gonna talk to him, and I left.
Okay.
So, yeah, I haven't been there for a while.
All right. For all intents and purposes, this is a +2 bastard sword. It does have a feature on it. It is an enchantment. This was a gift. Someone put this in the game. If they wish to speak of it, they can inform you that it was them. But this is a +2 bastard sword with the enchantment Heartseeker.
Cool. And I will go look what that is while they do their thing if you want.
Okay. Ulhime, you stepped out. Where were you heading? I'm curious.
Back to the like the shipping district where Mavu, our last met Mavu.
All right. We will tend to that in just a moment. I want to see if there's anything that the rest of the crew would like to tend to. Thelsa, Jakob, Klaus, anything.
I still wanted to go see Dugobras to see if there was anything he could do about the weapon. But I don't know how he's feeling right now, since he's on a bad road. But that was my plan, was to go visit him while all of the shenanigans are heading out.
A short road. Yeah, he definitely is.
No. There's nothing really that Jakob could do at the moment.
Okay. Klaus?
Yeah, I mean, he's still worried that Ulhime just up and disappeared. So he's just holding down the fort.
I'm gonna go to the Shining Tome.
Well, that should be interesting.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost tempted to follow after him for this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go use the bathroom while you guys do that.
You're tempted or you're going to? All right, go ahead. Go to the bathroom.
Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and... I'm going!
Okay. Looking for a very specific song here. Found it. Got it.
Yeah, because I figure if somebody, if somebody's letting the spider loose on the city, I can at least tag along. We're both trying to keep a low profile.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so two people trying to keep a low profile standing next to each other is
Perfectly
always,
low profile.
always sneaky.
Right.
Yeah, but I can
Going
turn
in
us
sneaky,
invisible.
sneaky, like.
Okay. You wish to make your way there. Jakob, you said that you were intending to follow. Are you making this known? Are you sneaking?
No, I'm tagging along. I'm letting it be known.
Okay. That's probably good, because the short fuse that is Klaus right now, he would likely turn and just zap your ass and tell you to go home.
Yeah, just web sling me up.
Pretty much. Oh, man. Mine goes to weird places there. Let's just move that forward. Gonna push you over to the shining
Let's unpack
tome.
that.
Yeah, no, not right now. We won't.
Not
right
like
now.
this. Not like
Save it
this.
for the therapist.
That's right. You wish to see the shining tome as held by Charlie Miles and by Mistress Sasha. You know where it's at. You've been there several times up to this point. It doesn't take you long to find it. And as you near the building, I'm curious, do you guys have anything you'd like to share with each other? Do you say anything on your journey?
You're going to spend a lot of money on shoes, you know.
Why don't you go shove it up your ass?
Sorry, I had to break the ice somehow.
Look, I have to visit here for a very specific reason, and frankly, that reason is the form that I'm taking at the moment. Nobody wants to see me like this, at least not around here. It'd be better if they didn't.
No, I happen to agree, so that's why I'm kind of tagging along in case you scare groups of children, bring down the guard.
I did that before I was a spider.
Wow, you're really instilling a sense of confidence in me for this one. No, let's just get this done and over with as quickly as possible.
I agree.
The awkward silence still lingers on for a while before you reach the building, and even on the outside you can hear the typical music still kind of burst out. This very Darbukan-esque harem-style music. Do you knock upon the door? Or do you just walk in?
I'm just going to go in at this point.
Okay, the moment that you open the door, the music just bursts outward at you. It's still very early on in the day. Not many people are here, actually. It's very boisterous in the evening, but you'll find that Charlie is just doing his own thing. He's dancing, still while trying to memorize things. Remember, he is bardic in nature, so it's very important for him to make sure that he's very pristine on his enunciations, amidst other things. So when he sees you, oh! Welcome into the Shining Tome! I'm Charlie Miles. Oh! Wait a minute. I've seen your lot. You're a devil. Nasty boy. And you? Got a bit of a trunk on you, wouldn't you say?
You could say that. But only
He does
you.
got a lot of junk.
Welcome to the Shining Tome. My name is Charlie. You can call me Charlie.
I've met you several times. You may not recognize me, but
Have we?
we have.
He's a little less geriatric at the moment.
Did I have on a mask?
At least once, but
Oh.
I know you've seen my face, and I've seen yours.
You probably know my taste then, too.
Oh, that, not so much.
Well,
It's
you've
Klaus.
come during the day. These are business hours. Klaus! You've changed.
Finger waggle.
You might say that.
Taught you some dance moves, didn't I? Yeah. Go on, give it to me. Prove it. Go on.
I'm gonna cross my arms and kind of look disappointed, but then two of my hind legs are gonna raise up and start wiggling in the back behind me.
My boy! It's him! Welcome, Klaus. It's been... Well, you look different, yes, but it's... I'm happy to see you here. Well, what can I help you with? What do you need? Here, turn it down! Bring it down! See, kind of bring it down a little bit to functional level. What can I help you with?
What kind of place is this?
Well, actually, I was hoping you would help me with my appearance a bit. Cauldron's not exactly the most open-minded of places. I'm sure you're aware of this.
Yes, that's why we operate indoors, primarily.
I completely understand, more than you might know. But I need to venture out in public in the daylight every once in a while, and...
Groceries and what have you, I understand.
Exactly.
So you need something to disguise yourself. Put the trunk inward a bit more so you can blend in. Would you happen
Something along those
to like
lines.
a salve, an ointment? It can reduce that swelling in your ass end.
I don't believe a salve is going to help me.
Right, well, Perhaps, yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of something enchanted, something magical.
Something that you could don. Where?
Exactly.
I do believe that we have something like that, but it might come at a bit of a cost. I'll have to seek the mistress to see what she thinks.
Cost is no object, believe me.
Very good. Well, heavy bags. Give me just a moment. He steps away quickly. He almost skips, a slight gallop as he jumps through a series of curtains. And
Klaus, remind...
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Klaus, remind me how to go ahead and teach you how to barter.
They're my friends, believe it or not.
You still don't tell people that money is no object.
When they do the kind of favors they do for me, you do.
Oh, I'm starting to get ideas as to the kind of favors you ask here.
Listen, man. Some things are better left in the dark. I can take you out back and show you the cock goblin if you really want, but frankly, I think it's better left alone.
Let's not talk about goblins and body parts, please. That brings up painful memories.
As he says that, you hear from the back as Charlie bursts out of the curtain. There's this... and he shouts, "Forgive me. Disregard that."
I would like to say that the phrase "let me take you out back and show you the cock goblin" should never be uttered.
Get that tattooed across my chest.
It's the lower belly tattoo that goes up like it's your city. It just says cock goblin.
It looks like you see the CO and it looks like it's gonna be Compton or some shit like that, and just cock goblin.
No regrets.
He has what looks to be a small pouch. And when he seemingly, it's probably no more than I don't know, like a coin purse. But as he begins to remove the cable from it, it seems to open and grows in his hands. Now he's using both hands, and it reveals that there is a mask. Seemingly, this mask wouldn't have fit in this bag, but it has some additional measures to disguise and or hide it. This is a bit of a cursed item, as Mistress Sasha says. It's supposed to be a mask of many faces, but it is not. It's a mask of one face.
What face might that be?
Well, she wouldn't try it on. And as much as I like masks, mine are a bit more about the leather. I like the way it feels against my skin.
Understood. Do we have any inclination as to what the curse is?
The curse is that it changes per the person. You may become something much smaller or much larger.
Well, I've certainly been larger before, and smaller for that matter. Surely any body type would be better than what I have currently, right? I mean,
I don't know.
Famous last words.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it's quite nice.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it, but frankly, I'm a little tired of looking back at it, one might say.
I understand it could be at times walking to get groceries or what have you. It could be just a slight irritant to the way that they appear. They wish it would not be that way, but it is, and it is. So what have you? Will you be procuring this from us? It will come at a price. While it's not as steep as the other option, I believe this will suit you.
Given the circumstances, I believe this price should be well reduced.
It is. But we understand how important it is to remain innocuous in certain situations. To go without being seen. Hide your reputation of sorts.
Now you're speaking my language. Well, if you don't mind, if you aren't opposed to it, I'd like to try it on before I hand over the money.
That's fair. Yes, I believe that we can do this. And he hands it over to you. Be careful now. It is... I'm afraid it's a bit finicky.
Yeah, Jacob's gonna take about 2 long steps to the left.
I'm going to inspect it like very closely before I put it on. See if there's any runes I can sort of discern in the etchings of the mask.
You can actually. It's scrivened in draconic symbology. Each of them are just kind of marred on the inside of the mask itself. The outside seems to be very vaudevillian by nature, like it's just this almost like an actor's mask, just a plain blank wooden mask. But inside, you see more of these wild draconic symbols meant to depict certain races, and there are 20, probably 30.
Well then,
Just let me know if you want me to take a look at it. But yeah, I think you got this, Chief.
well, here goes, I suppose. And I'll don the mask.
Okay, roll a D30 for me, please, and tell me what you get. I gotta count.
Ten.
10, okay. You're not on the normal humanoid chart.
Please tell me. Please tell me it's a Drider.
It turns from a Drider into another Drider. Oh!
Interesting. You begin to shift before yourself. Your whole body begins to change. You lose the image of the Drider inside of the robe. And to your friend here, to your ally, Jakob, you begin to notice that his face begins to flatten a bit, so like a bit of a bill. Not like a duck's bill, but something flatter and straight across. These eyes of great large bulb grow atop said bill, and his skin darkens unto a forest green. You see his fingers elongate into this rich orange, and what stands before you is no longer a Drider, but a Gripply.
Oh, you mean he turned into a Gripply? Because you said Jakob.
Yeah, Jakob, this is what you're seeing.
Yeah, I thought you said that Jakob was turning into one, and I'm sitting here like, that's
No.
a fucked up mask.
No, Jakob, this is what you are seeing. A Gripply. If you were unfamiliar with what a Gripply looks like, you can Google it.
Guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
They're the little frogmen.
Gripply. Gripply.
Oh my god.
They're
I love
not
him.
adorable.
I love him.
Will's perfectly fine with this now.
Ah.
Yeah, they're frog people, right? Yeah.
Picture a bipedal dart frog.
Yeah,
and that's what they look like.
Yep. Yep.
This is amazing.
Will's like, best game ever. Never want to not be this again.
Keep the mask on, man.
I remember that while you may be able to disguise yourself,
They didn't care about who I was before.
you're still gonna have all of the same traits of a Drider still.
Correct.
This is just cosmetic.
Yes.
Well, Klaus. It seems like it just evokes your personality.
What sort of...
It dug down deep and pulled out your inner persona. The chicks are gonna love it. I mean, this is a lot better than, back at the tavern, but,
I will let you know now that you are size category small when it comes to looks. It's much easier for you to blend in. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's not actually that far flung from being a Gripply as is, because they have the ability to, at points, stick to walls in certain surfaces.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh god, the guys are gonna love this.
Well, it's certainly different.
I think you should keep it on forever.
That worries me.
Oh, don't worry about it. Now, the question is, does he, physically shrink down to that shape, or is it just everyone's perceiving him?
It's
In
the
other
perception.
words, am I looking down?
If you were able to peer into the arcane spectrum, you would be able to see that there is magic at work.
Oh, me, oh my. Cort's gonna lose his shit.
Which is going to be bizarre in combat, because if you ever do any kind of projectile or thrown weapon...
That's what I'm imagining. I'm
it's just gonna be
imagining
like,
kicking someone with an
literally-
invisible leg.
You're firing it, like, your arms are going to be up firing at them,
And it's
and then
gonna
it's going
come
to
from his
launch.
face.
It's going to launch out of your fucking
oh God,
head.
he's like a badly designed game character. He's gonna use his abilities and they're just gonna go off from nowhere near him.
Yes.
A fucking mascot platformer character.
You're fucking Gex!
Lord.
Is
I
his
am pretty much
viewpoint?
Gex.
Is his viewpoint where the frog's viewpoint is, or is he seeing from above?
He's seeing as a medium-sized creature.
So
I have.
Bear in mind,
questions.
he was a young
about-
Drider, so he's not got an incredibly large body still.
he's not
No,
like
no,
13.
no questions. No questions. Come on.
I want to know what happens if somebody walks over my ass because they can't see it.
Or
They-
worse, that he turns too fast.
They have to make a reflex save, or they fall.
He turns too fast and he slaps someone.
They could also
in the
kick you,
dick.
right? Like that's still definitely a thing that can happen.
My hitbox is way bigger than it appears.
Yeah,
You really
you're
are
the
dummy thick spider edition. I'm trying to cast all these spells, but the sound of my legs clapping up against my ass is too loud.
Red, no, Red.
This is why-
around Jizzadroon, but I'm dummy thick. Of my legs against the stone.
this is why your fucking computer blew up.
Goddamn FBI had an F.
Yeah.
And just like press that Control-Alt-Delete button.
I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my carapace keeps alerting the guards.
Keeps alerting Jacob.
God damn
Not
it.
Jacob Jared.
Oh,
God.
fuck. Red started it. I'm just.
Well, I mean,
Just saying.
it could have been a lot worse. Just throwing that out there. It could have been a whole hell of a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
It could have only been better.
No, this is okay. I'll take it, Charlie.
Was Treant on that list?
Charlie,
No.
I applaud you guys. This is fantastic. This is the highlight of my day, honestly.
This is not exactly what I was expecting, and I believe we should record this. Sasha's been working for a very long time. I'm just glad that you didn't become a monkey goblin, or,
Has that happened before?
Yes, yes. He did not want to relieve himself of that. He thought it was quite interesting, and, well, it didn't go as planned. Let's just say that. I will
Have you
alert
tried
you.
on the mask?
I have not, actually. Should I?
No,
Well, I mean-
absolutely not. I mean, come on, Charlie. You're perfect the way you are.
I don't disagree, but
Listen to
Isn't it
this,
interest-
sweetheart! Oh! What are you doing later?
I can't really be out in public.
know.
I'm just keeping him company.
He leans. I've never been with a tiefling before. Is it true what you can do with your tail? Go on, tell me. Prehensile. You're a bit of a reach around.
Yeah, and with a blush, he is going to kind of reach up with his tail and kind of just scratch behind his ear.
Oh, look at you! Oh, nasty. I like it. Come back later.
Can I command him to stop?
I try not to go ahead and show off too much. I mean,
Not even
after
there,
all,
just the
you really can't trust anything with horns and a tail.
You
right?
shouldn't, but, well, you only live once.
listen, Charlie, before this item leaves your shop, I really do think it would at least be interesting to see what it takes of you.
Yes. Astute of you. I believe it would be good. And
For
Mr.
research purposes, you know?
Yes, Mr. Sasha believed that. Well, I probably shouldn't. But I believe if you're going to purchase it, then it can't hurt, can it?
Absolutely.
He's already said he's going to take it.
Sure. Let's find out.
I want him to turn into something like handsome, like oddly
Handsome
good.
Squidward.
No, no.
God.
Fucking Adonis.
He becomes an Azamar.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. He turns into an Asimar and he's like, "This is horrible."
What's that? Hold on, I gotta see what this is.
I'm so divine and incandescent. Delicious.
You like playing that a lot, I can tell. That was natural. It just rolled off the tongue even.
I like Annie's idea of him being completely upset.
Believe it or not, I've actually been whipping out a lot more voice work than normal recently.
I don't really want to know what you've been whipping out.
Yeah, I was really hoping he just ended it at whipping out a lot more.
The only thing you got to worry about tonight is me whipping out my great white monster.
All right, so it seems as if he does begin to change before you. And it's nothing that you guys have seen before. In any capacity. The way that he begins to shift is that he takes on a bit of a darker skin color. And it looks like his hands are up to his forearms are starting to take on this like orange amber color, like it's befitting of flame. And smoke is beginning to rise off of it. He does become visibly more handsome, but Charlie has already exuded much charisma, right? He's very, very charismatic by nature. He's just not what is typically...
Of course, he's a fucking bard.
Yeah, he's not typically what is handsome. And even more so, as he changes, he shifts into what is known as a Suli. S-U-L-I.
Jake Sully?
No. Negative. You can look up Pathfinder Suli, and it should show you what a Suli looks like.
16. Oh, hey, he's buff. Buff Will Smith genie.
He's not particularly buff in this scenario, but he does look more like a genie than previously. He's still wearing the same kind of clothes. They are a bit more loose in some areas, but he does take on this appearance. His eyes seem to almost be orbitally green across. Here, his hair is long. His beard seems to kind of dip down and come into a strong whip, very similar to that of what the shoes are often depicting in all of the Suli art. But he just looked very different. This is what? Will? What am I?
Well,
What do you see?
you're definitely
I'm
high.
smoking. I'm smoking. Oh, is this natural?
I've seen worse.
I should record this. He quickly finds a quill and ink and he starts writing it. Tell me what I look like. Tell me now. Slowly.
You look like you'd be a very bad hand job.
I actually understand that.
But yeah,
Go
I mean,
figure there's
aside
someone
from the
out there in the
burning
world.
sensation, the rest of you looks awesome. I mean,
Well, it's not.
you've got
It's not. He
you've
reaches
got
out.
this like mocha caramel skin going on.
Klaus, he kind of reaches out and he touches your robes. Is it hot? Am I burning you?
I can't say that I feel any pain or unnecessary heat, no. You do look highly magical. I will give you that.
Well, perhaps I should keep it after all. But no, that will not do. And he removes it, pulling it from his face, where he will again resume his very short and portly size, well-dressed blonde man with interestingly articulated beard. Passing it back to you. Mr. Sasha believes that this will come at a cost of around, I believe she said 160 platinum.
Well, I can't say that I'm happy to hear that price, but if that's what it costs, then that's what it costs.
Anonymity comes with a very particular cost of sorts, and discretion is a bit of a high price.
Understood.
Well, you know, he did say money is no object.
Well, I'm not exactly bending you over a barrel. I believe that this is fair. My appraisal is very simple in that, and it's quite on its mark. This is what I believe we could fetch in any town.
Understood. Just, I'm sure you'll understand that I'll be returning with favors to ask from time to time.
Without a doubt.
And if there were ever anything to go wrong with this mask, causing myself or my friends harm, then you'll be the ones to pay for it.
Mistress Sasha offers a guarantee on any wares sold in her store.
Guaranteed to
back it with coin, of course.
Ah,
If anything were to go awry, she will recur any of the costs undue to you, and if any harm befalls you, she will send the proper reparations. But, note, if you try to harm her, she will actually eat you.
Understood.
There's no euphemism there. I'm being honest.
No, I quite get it. It does not surprise me these days to hear of her abilities.
she's sounding rather interesting. Klaus, why haven't you introduced me?
That's putting it lightly.
You can say that again. Speaking of, I think I heard him back there a minute ago. How is the cock goblin experiment going?
Tiresome lot. I wish she would just send it back on its way. I don't understand why she is so fascinated with it.
Wait, that was a real thing?
Yes, I'm afraid it is. It's literally a goblin that is clutching a cock, and it will not let it go. Not for anything.
Oh! Like its own or somebody else's?
No,
Like a rooster.
A rooster, lad. Get your head out of the gutter. What, do you think that this is some elementary playground? Listen to yourself. Child.
He didn't describe it You lied to me!
I said nothing but the truth.
Could always just kill the chicken.
No. No, that's what holds the goblin's fascination. He won't release it for anything. And while he holds it, it does not eat, sleep, drink, or defecate. I believe that's why she's most interested. It seems to operate
But we're
on its
certain that it's
own.
alive.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Did you not hear it back there?
No. Can't say as I did.
You did hear
But,
it back there. That was the bacaw. As he leapt through the curtains, that was the bacaw.
Oh! I thought that was him. I thought it was just a weird hello.
Yep.
Okay.
He's got a rooster noise that fires out of his back end as he leaps from door to door.
Hey, we're not going to kink shame whatever butt plug he wears.
He doesn't. He doesn't. You might.
It's a doorknob.
Yes, it is.
No,
Either way,
that would be Jared.
do you pass off the proper amount of gold?
Yeah, I'll start counting out the gold pieces and pass it to him.
Okay. He seems to
That
like
was 160 platinum. Correct?
Yes, he kind of moves and stirs as he's watching you counting. It's very natural for him to kind of just bounce to the rhythm, and it's what keeps him afloat in these situations. Times are rough in the town, despite his nature. Things are, well, business isn't good. It's not booming exactly. So
Well, most of the people in town left. So yeah, while he's counting up that high, Jacob's just gonna wander and kind of peruse.
okay, you find oddities. By definition, if there was an oddities store, this would be it. Bizarre and occult things decorate this place. You do find that there is an area that is currently roped off, but peering in, it looks as if it's some kind of palladial pillowed area, right? So it's just heaps and heaps of pillows, and it has a strong must to it, like this muskiness, this odor that rises from the area.
know that smell. Yeah, it smells almost like home.
Oh, God. Bizarre!
Well, remember, he did come from the east or west.
He doesn't remember. Perfect.
One or the other, maybe north or south. Just not here.
Accurate. So,
Yeah.
you've tidied up what you've done. He collects the coin. He will give you the bag, but not the cord. The cord seems to have some properties about it. You see that the way that it shimmers, it just looks that way. It kind of fits that it's some kind of enchantment attached to it. But he bids you adieu. Come back to the Shining Dome any time.
I'm sure I'll be making return trips.
Good.
I can guarantee I will definitely be coming by more often. What a pleasure meeting you, Charlie.
Pleasure's all mine.
If you're doing it right.
Ooh, you. Stop it. I like him. Bring him back any time.
We'll see.
And with that, you exit the Shining Tome.
Let's go, Ribbit.
Okay.
Time to hop along.
This is never going to end with you, is it?
Ah, you feeling froggy?
I'm waiting on you to punch him.
I was thinking of just slapping the mask on him, but... You know what? What kind of roll would I need for that? Would that be an attack of any kind? Would that be a CM?
That would be a
versus
CMB versus
Yeah.
CMD.
It is. It's a combat maneuver. And then I've got to find out if he's going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
Well, he can try.
No, he wouldn't take an attack of op.
Does it break your CMD?
Let's see. 17? No. My CMD is redonkulous.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was really high.
Well, in that case, I will fail to put the mask on you.
Yeah, he's just gonna like, grab your wrist and be like, "We're out in public, dear," and pop it back on you.
And you turn back into an angry 6-year-old. Good old Gripply Frog Boy. Well, this is what's happened. You've changed before you, and you've got what you need. At least I feel like you've got what you need. You left Thelsa to her lonesome. Now
that was a mistake.
We'll move to Thelsa briefly. You said that there isn't much of anything that you wanted to handle, right?
Just Dugobras and potentially looking at this weapon.
Okay, yeah, then we can handle that. I like that idea. Let's give you an opportunity to see Dugobras before I pass it back to the others here.
Can I steal you for half a second, Bub, to look at Discord and make sure that my math doesn't seem completely wrong? Because with what I'm doing, my damage adds up on a power attack to like D10 plus 31. And I'm making sure that that's either legit or I'm insane.
Well, there's a good chance that I don't know right now.
That's fine.
Yeah, let focus on the play first.
Yeah, we'll have to add this up in a little bit. What is your strength?
22. So it's a plus 6. Plus 6. Backswing gives me plus 6 as well on a two-handed full attack. Power attack gives me also 6, and the 1.5 strength modifier for it being a two-handed weapon, plus weapon training, plus 2 for being a plus 2 weapon.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this in a little bit. We'll have to break down the math, but I think that's pretty close to it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. Thelsa.
Me.
Thelsa. You have been left alone. Again. The others seem to almost constantly go off without you. It's been happening a lot more. How the last you really majorly woke up, they left you for dead. And you woke up a week later, nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Finding out that you had slaughtered your family, your allies nowhere around, you stalked the city after your sister had found you, and then you killed her. And when you arrived, they drew weapons on you. They didn't ask how you'd been.
They didn't care.
Mm-mm. And they've left you alone again. Do you think this affects Thelsa at all? Do you think this would bother her?
She's definitely perturbed by it.
Do you think this is par for the course?
But I think it's something she's gonna have to deal with. It's more of her way of seeing it as like, she's changed now. Something happened, and she doesn't want to give full information, and so everyone's skeptical, and they don't really like who she is now. Not that she can change it, but she understands that they're not fond because of their whole, we live in the good, and we want to do good for the town, but in a good way instead of a bad way for doing good for the town. But I mean, they're just gonna have to get over it eventually, and if they don't, I'll just leave.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So you have this weapon. This weapon that you realize has something a little extra with it. It matters to you more. Why particularly this weapon do you feel it matters? Did your deity of choice say, that's it, that's your Jesus piece, you've got to follow me with that and that alone?
She didn't say it, but when I awoke, this was the weapon that I had used to kill my family. And I don't know where it came from, but it is what liberated me from what was holding me back in the world. So
yeah,
it's kind of like the way she sees it is it was her way of showing that, albeit there's going to be conflict, it's a key to a better future, essentially.
At least a different future.
Yeah, so she's trying to hold on to it because it was her gift from Ouija. And
Sure.
she'd like for it to be functional instead of a, clump of metal.
All right. You seek Dugobras. You know exactly where he is. He's not hiding, even though he might try, or you think that he might. He has good reason to. I think everybody knows up to this point, right? That Dugobras, in-game, their characters know that Dugobras is going to die.
Yep.
Okay. Cort, are you aware of that?
See,
Okay. You find him in his shed of sorts. He seems to be tidying things up. He's thrown a few extra things out so as to not take up space. And you hear him speaking. He's talking to someone, but this person isn't quite responding. Do you step in? The door is ajar. It's open enough that you would be able to look in and say anything if you wanted to.
I'd step into the doorway and just kind of knock to, or let him know of my presence.
He's sitting on his bed, this cot made of wood and hay and straw. And the figure turns, that's in front of him. It's a hobgoblin man, and someone that you've seen now a few times. Dugobras leans over. Says your name.
Thelsa. Is there something you needed?
Yes. I was looking to get a weapon modified or repaired. I can come back later if this is a bad time.
The man speaks. The hobgoblin speaks for the first time. He says, I can leave. I don't need to be here right now if I'm interrupting anything. Dugobras nods.
Step inside. Tend to the stone. Shift out any cobble.
The hobgoblin nods, moving inside. He moves with this strange gait. His body is naturally very dexterous. You can see it. Where most hobgoblins have a bit of a slouch before it breeds into their older cousin, the much larger, nastier bugbear. He moves with a bit more of a stern back, slender frame. He passes by you and says, "Excuse me."
Should move aside.
He passes by.
What did you need with again? What help did you need?
I'm gonna pull the warped sword from my side and I'm gonna present it to him and I'm gonna say, is there anything you could do with this?
I've certainly worked with less. There are probably a few things that I can do. I'm afraid that whatever it was, it's not much of a weapon anymore. We will need steel if you wish for it to be longer. What do you desire out of it?
I was thinking some form of a dagger. I don't know how much extra steel you'd need since it was a sword prior.
No, not much. There's something odd about it. I can sense it.
It means more to me than just being a dagger or a weapon. It has some ties and, I believe, some kind of magical value.
It's fine. I can work on something. I will try. You may make a request, but weapons desiring to be made, they make themselves. I am simply the tool which shapes it. This,
And he offers his hand out to you.
this is more. Not a basic, destructed blade. This is living. It thinks. It feels. I may try, but it desires its own shape.
I can understand that.
I cannot guarantee what it will become.
As long as it becomes more than some scrap steel. This is not a shape I wish for it to be in.
I will do what I can as long as you give me permission.
You have my permission.
Very well. Very well. How long do I have?
However long you need. I know Cort wants the weapon. And
Must
I'd
it
rather...
remain a secret from anyone?
I would prefer if it remained a secret from the remainder of the party, since Cort wants the blade back. It used to belong to his master, but it's just a blade and it's part of his heritage. But I think he believes it means more to him than it does. And it means far more to me than it does to him.
No, it doesn't. You're just shit.
Very well. I will begin working soon. Are you well? You seem distraught.
I am distraught. A lot of things are coming up and it seems like there's more on my plate than ever.
He smiles. For the first time in who knows how long.
This is life, is it not?
If life were easy, everyone would do it.
You see he kind of hits you with that eyebrow of, well, yeah, you're not wrong.
So what's this about you no longer living? I heard stories, but I'd prefer to hear it from you. Get your side.
I made a mistake. I was requested to not do something by my king, First Flame, and I broke his request. I did what I was told not to, because I believe very different things. I believe that everything has a right to live, to try to survive. The First Flame does not care. I went against his wishes, and I was cast out. And now I've done it again. I was exiled from my land, and I brought man from this plane to my home. I will craft this weapon for Ulhime, a shield. But it is because of that I am cast out. Because I believed another, the man with the face of a dog, deserved to live as well. My crimes may be trivial on this plane, but it is of dire consequence on mine. My time has come to an end. I've broken the rules, and my life is forfeit. This much I am aware, so I will leave smoted, smothered out, but not first without leaving my mark. We'll create the shield for Ulhime. I will create your blade, as you've asked. And I will pour my everything into it. As I don't have anything else, my tomorrow is coming quickly. And I have a bit of an expiration.
He nods, and then he stops talking.
You won't be forgotten. I'll be back in some time. Is there any time frame I should be around to retrieve this? I'm not certain of how fast you work.
If I am left alone 2 days' time, I will still have flame from the material. The plane of the fire elementals will be bright, very hot. Will give me the opportunity to create something beyond normal material capacity. And I wish for nothing in compensation. I need no payment, because you cannot take coin, nor reputation to the grave.
I'll see to it that what you've created will do justice. I see to it that it will help me in my cause. That you will have completed your goal in creating the weapon.
Have the others leave me be for 2 days' time. I will need the space and to not be disturbed.
That can be arranged.
He begins collecting some things, gathering them, various reagents, some ash here, some soot from another location, various bits of bags that he's collected. You can almost assume that amidst his, amidst the components that he's using, it's probably some of the more rare things that he has to make sure that this is truly something magnificent. And he will have you on your way.
Yeah, I'll, as I'm headed out there, I'm going to say thank you again for everything. And then I'll take off.
He just gives you a slight nod and send you on your way. Okay. Ulhime!
Yo.
You went to see Mavu's wife.
Correct.
Do you know what Mavu's last name is, off the top of your head?
Negative.
Arlental. Mavu Arlental.
Arlental. Cool.
Yeah, and you met him. You saw his desk, you know where he works. He wasn't supposed to have been back in town at that time, but it is believed that he's not in town anymore, as of recently.
Correct.
And the person who's running it is Mavu's wife. Now, you recently met Mavu's wife. You went inside of the establishment and you requested appearance, something unscheduled. She wasn't particularly tickled with you. Do you do anything in preparation for this, or are you just kind of going as is?
Flame strike the whole building. No,
wow, okay, yeah. Nope, never getting a deal out of that one.
Anything in preparation? I mean, not really. I'm not going armed. I mean, not visibly armed anyway.
Sure.
Still have my chest plate and just my bag.
Okay.
But, I mean, unlike before where I kind of try to push my way to the front of the line, I'll wait.
Yeah, and you'll wait probably 30 or so minutes before you're finally allowed into the building. Things are a bit more boisterous, and you will find yourself in a situation where you're actually greeted properly. You do not see Mavu, and you definitely don't see his wife either. The woman greets you. She says, "Hello. Welcome into Mavu Exports."
Hi, I'm looking for the owner of the establishment, Mavu, or if not him, his wife. I was told she was the one who foresaw the day-to-day operations.
She nods, and she heads to the back. You just had your, definitely just had your Cheryl moment right there. Welcome in. Is there anything to get you? Let me see your manager.
I don't like the food.
His boots turn into Uggs.
Well, we don't sell food here, but you import it and it sucked. So.
A few moments pass before she returns, and then you'll see a woman trailing behind her. She shuts the door, and you see that she moves up in a bit more business-appropriate attire. She's not dressed like a simple counter clerk. And when she sees you, she remembers you. She says, "You were the dwarf that I saw recently, yes. You requested my husband."
Correct.
Okay. But you're not from here, are you?
No.
Where are you from?
He kind of looks at like the, I guess like a world map if they had one like on the wall or something, and he just points to Osirian, just does that.
Before your finger seemingly touches that spot, she says, "You're Osiriani."
I am.
And when she says that, she says it with such a flourish that it's native. When you peer back to her, you notice for the first time, which often goes missed in these scenarios, that her skin is more olive by nature. It is darker. She's Garundi. I too am from the Osirian location. Where was your home?
It was a rather small place. It's the Protector's Hall, a dwarven stronghold outside one of the capitals.
Were you assigned to a previous pharaoh?
No, my work kept me in the halls most of the time, in one of the deep mines.
So what brought a Palmet from the sands of Osirian to a volcano in Golarion.
The call of another. And he kind of just looks down. He kind of just clenches his hand. Not like super tight like he's going to make a fist, but just clenches his hand looking down at it.
Very well. I understand what that's like. And she raises her hand and she shows you her wedding band. The call of another.
Indeed.
Come with me. Something seems
No, I'm just
important
kidding, yeah,
for you.
Because it gives her like a just stern nod and follows her.
Okay. She brings you to the back. She offers you a seat, and then she sits behind the large desk. She's all business. She doesn't offer you anything to drink. She leans it on the table, places her arms up, and puts her fingers to her lips. What did you need help with? You don't exactly strike me as someone looking to import or export anything.
Me in particular, no, but there is a group of people that I need to help with an import of weapons and armor. I was told to come to you by the guard captain. He recommended that with your business you would...
That lout. Fine. Fine. What did Guard Captain Skellering say, exactly?
He said that you were the one who ran this business, to come to you to see what can be done, but he said not to promise... He said he couldn't promise me anything, and... well, I just came to see what could be done.
That's fair. He's not wrong. I do run things around here, even when my husband is here. See, he was a trader himself. He dealt in small things, and... well, when he made it over to Osiria, he couldn't identify his ass from his elbow. Didn't know who to talk to. Didn't know anyone buying anything. But he was handsome. I was smitten with him. And then I told him how to do his entire business. See, when you are bought and sold regularly yourself, eventually you capture the eyes of a proper suitor that can take you away from that hell. I know the trade. So I taught him as much as I knew. We've grown a very successful business. Yes. You wish to acquire weapons. Armor. Where? From where?
If possible, Red Gorge. I
Red
was
Gorge?
told that most of the smiths had left here and went there.
Unfortunately, yes, we've had to send some of our own things to be repaired there. It comes at a time. We can send more men. Let's be clear. What kind of funds are you operating with?
As of right now, directly none. The funds I had given out were to that of the Blue Duke. I'm trying to outfit his men.
You gave the Blue Duke your money.
His encampment needed an upgrade.
That's fair, but you could have given it to someone that was a bit more in control of their addictions. Could you have not? He is a lush, you know. He will bring in 4, 5, 6 casks, barrels of wine from our local inns and taverns for his men. But one of them specifically goes to his tent. And one of them is left every morning for us to retrieve. What do you believe he's going to do with that coin?
With your information, it's just as you said, but I could honestly say I'm not the smartest man, but I have my faith, and my faith leads me to believe that people do the right thing in hard times.
It's fair. Humility is a good trait, and you wear it well. I believe that this will not be the first or the last time that you're humiliated, even at such a small degree. Let's say I offer to help. I send a requisition for the proper men. The additional sheer metal. The weapons. The armors. The arms and armaments, as you've asked. How do you intend to pay for these things? Our money trees are quite dead this season.
Kind of leans back into the chair a bit. Honestly, the thought of generating the money was honestly the last thing on my mind. It's just trying to keep the people safe with what I know. And honestly, this is what I know. It's tactics.
I understand. Keeping the people safe is very important.
But not free.
But not free, exactly. As much as I would love to make sure that my family and the families of others that are loyal to this town, that have continued to break their backs day in and day out, they still require coin. And I wish that I could protect my family. But even though I continue the coin flowing in my husband's very successful business, it's shown me that you can't quite truly protect everyone. Sometimes people will die before something is finally done. Have you sought out the Lord Mayor?
He kind of chuckles.
He's financially very comfortable, and I believe that he could be of assistance if you aptly believe that you're working for a positive cause.
I've had my words with him. He's going to levy a tax on the people in my honor, and he kind of throws up air quotes.
She clears her throat. A tax? A tax?
Yes.
We've only recently moved through the riots in the streets.
I know.
Well, that's not going to help anything. That's only going to make this worse.
I know. As I said, I'm not a man of advanced educations in economics. If you could educate me in any facet.
Leave, fine, I understand. Leave the economics, the finances to those that know how to properly handle that. You have good in your heart. This much I can see. It doesn't take much when you come from the sands of Osirian. You don't have a lot. You must protect what you have. I understand that. But I must find something to offer them. To offer the men, to offer the stables for their horses, to offer the cage rights, or excuse me, the cart rights for their carriages. This will take coin. The promise of aid will not cause them to wake in a different manner. They're not going to rise to this occasion. You have to offer something. You must have something available to you. There simply must be something available that you may be able to break down. Liquidate your assets as much as you possibly can. I'll agree to help. I'll even cover some of these things myself. From a slave of the sands to another slave to the sands. I'll help. But first you must find the capital.
Any ideas on where to start?
Exactly how much arms and armament are you looking for? Are you hoping to...
Enough to outfit roughly 200 to 300 men.
Well, that is a lot. I'm assuming with proper equipment, nothing shoddy. No pitch-pot mail. Do you wish for leathers or something more?
The heaviest we can get.
Oh.
And oil. Flammable.
So the last I recall, oil is by itself quite flammable. I can put another requisition for this. This shouldn't be a problem, but I would, again, need capital. If you have allies in this town, seek them out. Find them. Call in favors. Speak to everyone. And get behind this before whatever this tax is comes out. Or you will get no help. And your soldiers, your 200 to 300, you'll need to find sticks. I'll sign up the paperwork. I'll make everything prepared. When you figure it out, I'll be here. We close at sundown. And every day from here on out. My husband will be back in 2 weeks' time. He's only recently left.
Very well. For what it's worth, I don't know if you've gotten any of the notices from the guards, but keep garlic near your windows. Holy water if possible.
That seems a bit drastic. Do you think it's going to keep the last laugh away? I mean, I believe that's why you're outfitting the guard, are you not?
No. Undead. Vampires specifically. Is what we...
Vampires?
Is what this city is being plagued from currently that I wish to fix.
Vampires? That's terrible. Yeah, you need all of the men that you can get. 200 to 300. There must be 10 or 15 vampires. Maybe 20 of them. That's so many men.
200 to 300.
Yes.
Maybe closer to 1,000.
She pauses, and her eyes focus. Her right eyelid begins to quiver. You're not joking.
I wouldn't come here asking for such a large investment if I didn't think our lives depended on it. Only 2 people ever come with such offers. Fools and the desperate. And today I'm actually both. If there's any way you can provide help, please let me know. I will find these funds that you ask for.
May the gods be merciful. Good luck to you, Ulhime. Helm. Fine. Yes. Good day.
Ulhime looks over, sees if she has did she have a quill and ink on her
yes.
table? He'll lift it up. May I?
She offers it to you, never quite looking up at you.
He starts writing down, keeping holy water handy, cloves of garlic near the window, never letting any strangers in, never openly inviting strangers into the house. rings of salt near the windows and doors, things like that, and he kind of just folds it and just hands it to her.
She looks back up to you, like visibly disturbed at the idea that there are several hundred to 1,000 vampires lurking beneath the city. And when she unfolds it, despite what you've said, surely salt won't keep vampires away. That
A purifying barrier of sorts, but as long as they're never invited into your home, should be safe for the most part.
Okay. She kind of cuts herself short and she quits talking. She's shook, very visibly shook.
Yeah. I'll be on my way. I'll let you know what I can come up with.
Okay. All right. We're going to take our first break here. Give everybody an opportunity to stretch those legs, get something to drink, run in bio if you have to. I am going to put us on our BRB and give you guys an opportunity to talk to them if you'd like to. And when we come back, it'll be about 5 minutes, I think. When we get back, hopefully we get an opportunity to round this out. We are still deviating away from primary story of the campaign to handle some loose ends of sorts, but I like the direction it's going. You guys are definitely pursuing some interesting avenues, and we're seeing strong development today. Very strong character development. So, we'll be right back. Hang tough. Talk to them if you desire. And, yeah, see you guys in a minute.
I've changed all my damage, and I think overall